Tell me about Glimmer.
So Glimmer is a company that I put up a year before the pandemic, and we aim to bridge entertainment and content of Philippines and Korea. So we do co-production, licensing, and distribution with Korean companies.
And Hunt is the first movie?
No, this is our second movie. So the first was Roundup, which we released in Philippine cinemas about 2 months ago. And this is the second movie. And this is the second movie that we're releasing in the Philippines simultaneously, meaning it's still showing in cinemas in Korea. So that's what we plan to do. All the Korean movies that we bring to the Philippines is still showing in Korea.
Okay.
How long ago did you set it up? And do you have, are your partners here Korean Filipinos or Koreans who are based in the Philippines?
Believe it or not, I am the sole proprietor of the company, right? But I have good people like Miss Shirley. I have, yung naging experience ko sa GMA, yung experience ko sa TV5, yung mga kakilala ko became such a asset to me. So, ngayon, katrabaho ko si Jen. Handle ko siya before sa GMA, but now she's helping me. So, all of these good people I met in the industry during my 10 years tenure as a host, news anchor in the industry, is coming back to me as an asset. So, I'm thankful for that.
So your hands are full.
Yes. So I need all the help I can get.
And if the opportunity arises in the future, because you've been dealing with all these principals in Korea, if the opportunity arises in the future that they offer you to be on cam in a movie or in a project, would you be very open, to that possibility?
Actually, there's been an offer for me to do like mga cameo roles, right? Pero kailangan ko pumayat kasi ang papayat ng mga actress ng Koreans, di ba? They're like butot balat, right? So nahihiya naman ako sa kanila. Oo, sabi ko parang kung dito, they tell me, oh, you're thin, ganyan. Pero doon, medyo may pagka-chubby pala ako, di ba? So, medyo may pressure. We'll see. If the project is right and the role is something that I feel is worth our time and effort, why not? But I've not closed my doors, but I haven't found it yet.
Huwag mo na cameo, yung talagang role na.
Role talaga? Tingnan natin. Magpapayat muna.
Ayaw na Shin na.
Shimina is so pretty.
Yeah.
She's also very skinny.
Oh, yeah.
Why name? Why name Tatan?
Ang Glimmer, actually nagpa-contest ako sa company namin before. Sabi ko, wala pang name yung company. So sabi ko sa staff ko, magpa-contest ako ha. Whoever comes with the best company name, right? So one of my staff came to the office one day and said, Ma'am, Glimmer. So, ay, ibig sabihin ng Glimmer. Grace Lee Initiative Media Merger. Panalo.
Magkano panalo?
Sumama siya sa akin sa Korea. Bongga, di ba? So, yeah, that's how the name came about. We set up the company only a year before the pandemic, kaya it was really hard for me. In fact, during the pandemic, I really thought of holding Glimmer. Kasi gumastos kami time, effort, and money for a year to be able to fulfill projects in 2020. Tapos biglang 2020 na lockdown tayo. And so, it was really, really a difficult time for me personally and also professionally as a career woman, businesswoman, no? But I'm glad that we were able to extend our life. And I really owe that to the Korean production companies and agencies valuing its relationship and them desiring to work in the Philippines. Kaya January pa lang, we were being flooded with inquiries. That's why March pa lang, Glimmer was already working with 200 plus staff in the Philippines, despite the lockdown.
Are you about the only company that engages Korean co-producers?
Right now we are. And I'm glad we're the first, and I pray and hope to be the best.
Lumalapit ka ba mga TV networks dito sa'yo? Yung mga TV networks dito sa'yo, lumalapit na for content?
I think we're beginning na. So, nakikilala na kami as a licensing entity and also a creative entity. So, we're talking to old and new networks that we're tying up with. So, a lot of exciting things coming up for Glimmer. Lalo na itong movie Hunt, kasi nung pinalabas namin yung The Roundup 2, The Roundup kasi is a sequel, no? To The Bad Guys Wild City, the first movie. We have high expectations for Hunt kasi iba na ang traction ngayon ng cinemas. Up until 2-3 months ago, medyo takot pa yung mga tao pumunta sa sinehan. But I think now that has changed a lot. And so, we hope that Hunt will do just as well in the Philippines as it did in Korea and around the world. Actually, ipapalabas to sa more than, I think, 60, how many countries? 124 countries around the world, and I hope na Philippines will be in top 10. So help us spread the word. At punong-puno ito ng action, and the storyline from the synopsis that I've read is very tight and very well thought out. It took the director and actor Lee Jong-jae 5 years to make because of the pandemic. So it's a 5 years in the making project. And I'm sure we will all be entertained today.
Aside from Jong Song, sino yung mga favorite Korean actors mo?
Actors ko?
Yeah, your own
Yung mga bias.
favorites.
Mga bias ko? My goodness. Actually, si Chong Song lang talaga. Wala akong masyadong mga batang mga actors na kilala eh. Well, I guess Song Joong-gi is good. I like Song Joong-gi because Song Joong-gi is handsome and yung acting niya is very class. Hindi overacting. Ayoko kasi ng mga overacting. So I like Song Joong-gi also. And very romantic guy.
So ayun ba yung mga Yoon Bin, mga Park Hyun?
Mas gusto ko si Song Joong-gi.
Okay. Okay.
Grace, anong glimmer of romance mo ngayon?
Ano?
Glimmer of romance.
Finally, meron na.
Oh, Filipino?
Love in the time of pandemic.
Oh,
He's Filipino.
He's Filipino. Yes. Non-showbiz, non-politics. Very regular,
guy.
good guy.
Businessman.
Good guy, yes.
Kamukha daw ni Jungwoo.
Sorry?
Kamukha ni Jungwoo.
Hindi eh. Hindi. But he's very tall and handsome. To me, to me he's handsome. But I don't know to other people. But to me, he's handsome. But he's very tall. So, pasado na kay mama. Kasi matangkad siya.
Why did you choose?
Discovered each other during the pandemic.
Yes.
How?
Kasi nung pandemic, di ba, halos lahat ng mga restaurants sarado, right? So, we couldn't go out. So, ang ginagawa namin nung time na yung pag medyo level 2 na, we would invite our friends to someone's house, tapos doon na kami magluluto and get together, right? And doon sa mga isang house gatherings na yon, na-meet ko siya. So, it was just like 6-8 of us. And then, kaming dalawa lang yung single. Mga kaibigan ko talaga mababait.
Meant for each other.
Ha?
Meant for each other.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope we don't get on each other's nerves.
You really like Filipino guys?
Yes, I do. I do. Well, Filipina na ako eh. Dito na ako lumaki. So, the way I think, the way I view things are more Filipino than Korean.
The way you love.
So, of course, I would get along with Filipino men more than I would maybe a Korean guy.
So with your romance and with Glimmer, what's your experience so far with intertwining yung culture ng Korea and Philippines?
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. It's always work and balance, right? Your life and your work always have to be balanced. I'm still learning how to do that, even at my age. But I'm very blessed because, my boyfriend is very understanding, and he's also very busy with what he does, and we both respect each other. So even today, he's like, oh, good luck, but mahihain siya eh, he's very shy. So he knows that there's gonna be press. So he's like, oh, good luck, I will cheer for you, ganyan siya. But ayaw niyo pumunta kasi nahiya siya. So I guess we balance each other out, which is a good thing.
Do you miss television more?
Yes and no at the same time. So I miss it because I miss my coworkers. I miss the happy, cheerful ambience inside the dressing room. Like sila Maria before, nakakatuwa. That was really fun. And just hanging out with my my co-hosts. And being able to interact with the audience live, I always enjoy that so much. But no, in a sense that I'm so busy with everything that I'm doing now, and I really think I'm in the next chapter of my life where this is also my calling. I'm also connecting Korea and the Philippines in another manner. I don't necessarily have to be on cam to do that. And so, and yes and no.
Sino yung mga dati mo kasama na namimiss mo?
Na?
Na namimiss mo?
Yeah,
Yung
sila
ano?
Mariel.
Mariel.
Mariel, Camille, Shalani. Although we still see each other regularly.
Oh, okay.
Kaya lang, wala this year. Laging hindi natutuloy yung dinner namin or lunch namin kasi laging isa sa amin nagpa-positive. January ako, tapos recently naman, isa. So, we're always like, oh, postpone. So, sana, next month, we're planning. So, hopefully matuloy na yun. Pagbalik ni Rupa May, kasi nasa US. So, she said she'll be back on the 25th. So, pagbalik niya, hopefully matuloy na.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grace.
Hope you enjoy the movie. Mas makikita mo mamaya, mas mukhang talaga siya. Yun lang. That's the only reason. He's more handsome. Hi everybody! I like to invite everyone to watch the #1 Korean movie Hunt, now showing in all cinemas nationwide in the Philippines. Manood kayo kasi punong-puno ito ng aksyon and I'm sure you will be entertained from beginning to end. See you!